Good morning. So I wanted to talk to you guys about transferable skills. So some of you guys have already completed that survey that I asked you to complete, I think last week, maybe the week before, regarding, what your goals are after completing the Google IT professional certification. If they were to find a job, find a new job, get a different job, and improve in your current job, or you're just, if you have other reasons for completing it, whatever your goals are after completing the Google IT certification. And I'm assuming, and most of you have indicated that it is for job purposes, which is great. And if you haven't completed that survey, I want to include that link again in this email that I'm going to be sending out with this video. So please go through and fill in that survey just so I can make sure I have the data that I need for this grant. So, speaking on that, jobs, and this is an article that I came across on Top Resume, which has a lot of good insights and tips as you're going through the job hunting process. And this, as you can see, the topic is transferable skills. So it talks about, if you're wanting to make a career change. So if, your previous experience has not necessarily been IT related, it may have been sales, it may have been something else altogether, then, you're trying to transition into an IT career. It could be kind of difficult. You're not sure how everything, like your previous experience and skill sets that you have, how that can transfer and to make yourself more of a viable candidate for a job that you're wanting to apply to. So that's kind of what this article is about. And I wanted to share that with you. The link's going to be, again, in the notes or in the email, and however you're going to be seeing this. But as I talk about, if you're wanting to make a career change, look at your transferable skills. So transferable skills, I'm not going to read this verbatim, but I'm going to just kind of talk about it. Transferable skills are the skills that you have acquired from past position, college experience, volunteering, hobbies, and more that are transferable to a different role, industry, or work environment. And sometimes it's easy to do to kind of overlook the skills that we've acquired through these experiences that they talk about here, whether it's past positions, college experience, volunteering, hobbies, and etc. And it's important for us to capture that in our resume and whenever we're applying for jobs, because these could be really relevant, especially if you're entering in a different industry than you've had in the past. So it talks about how below are some common transferable skills divided into four main categories: people, management, research, and planning. People, management, research, and planning, and computer and technical skills. So let's go ahead and go over this a little bit. So these are people skills. People skills are kind of considered soft skills. And I've actually went to a conference where they want to change the term soft skills to power skills, because people skills are oftentimes it's what's going to make or break your success in applying for a job and acquiring a job and succeeding in that job or growing in the job. So some of these people skills that they talk about is constructive criticism, receiving feedback, negotiating, motivating others, managing complaints, coaching, building strong customer relationships, collaborating, mentoring juniors, resolving conflicts, and gaining customers' confidence. And people skills are really applicable in any line of work. And they, again, can make or break an interaction or an exchange, especially if you're working with outside customer base. You need those people skills to, play well with others, work well with others, make that sell, or whatever it is that you're trying to do. So it says sometimes one may have these transferable people skills and not even realize it. For instance, let's say someone has been working in a customer service for the past few years. Because of this, they have excellent communication skills and are used to dealing with all kinds of personalities. So one day they may come across an attractive job offer as a sales promoter for a pharmaceutical company. Although they have no sales experience, they may still qualify for the job because they have the transferable skills, meaning those people skills that make up what a successful sales promoter does. So let's go over management skills. Management skills are the skills you need to supervise and manage a team or project effectively. So that includes overseeing budgets, new hires, interviewing candidates, supervising employees, and so on and so forth. And these are also a universal skill. They can be learned in any line of work and are transferable across many industries. For instance, an operations manager from a chain restaurant can easily fit into the role of a manager at a local Airbnb business. Regardless of how different the two industries are, the baseline of the skill sets are still the same. Research and planning. Research and planning skills can include both the technical and soft skills that are gained from project management. So you can identify problems and root causes, evaluate possible solutions, defining the organization's needs, and so on and so forth. So research and planning are transferable and highly sought after across industries. Problem solving, or let's see, I don't think they actually use the words problem solving, but I'm using it. Identifying problems and root causes. To me, that's part of problem solving, especially in the IT and computer science field. Problem solving is huge. So I'm taking these both to mean problem solving. And those are key words, especially in the IT field. You can't just give up because it doesn't work the first time. You have to research. You have to go over the process and the failures again and again and again. And it can be defeating. It can feel like, a defeat in your morale, and you just, don't think you'll ever get it. But you have to keep at it. And that's where that kind of what really makes or breaks you in this particular field. You have to keep at it. And you have to continue to work on it to solve that problem. So these types of skills are transferable and highly sought after across industries. For instance, someone that has been working as a project manager in a charitable organization can use the planning skills that they gain into transition into working at a consultancy firm. The experience that they've overseen their charity project from the beginning to completion, coupled with the skills of managing deadlines, forecasting needs and output, and managing the tight deadlines would come in handy when handling customers' projects and funds in this new role. And of course, we have computer and technical skills. Like it or not, everything requires a computer or technical skill. Okay, that's just the reality of it. My husband works for a manufacturing plant. It's a food manufacturing thing. He's a machine operator. Don't ask me much more to be aside that what he does, but he complains about how having to know how to use email and Excel and stuff like that. And I've showed him some things that on how to do it for what he's wanting to learn about it, but he just doesn't want to deal with it. But the reality is, that's just not an option anymore. You got to deal with it. And so computer and technical skills are just a requirement in today's day and age. It says may not be required for all jobs, but I disagree. I can't think of a job where you don't need any kind of computer or technical skills. But they're certainly transferable across industries. So examples include proficiency in software such as Microsoft Office and Adobe Photoshop, using job-related equipment or machinery, troubleshooting problems with hardware, software, and inspecting equipment, which is, for the people completing the Google IT certification, this is your strong point. While some technical skills may be niche, many are universal. For instance, a data analyst who is highly proficient in Excel may very well fit into the role of a risk advisor, because a lot of those skills are transferable. If you're familiar with one thing, it won't be too hard for you to pick up how to transfer their skills into another thing. An example being Microsoft Excel versus Google Spreadsheets. Very similar. There are differences. I prefer Excel over Google Spreadsheets. That's just me. But I know how to make them both work because those skill sets are transferable. So adding transferable skills to your resume. Your resume should convince a prospective employer that you're a qualified candidate. And this is where your transferable skills come in, especially if you're brand new into the IT industry that you're trying to get into. You need to take those skills that you've acquired from your past experiences into here, and you're going to show, hey, I did this and I can bring that skills and those things that I've learned and have accomplished into this role that I'm applying for. So So you can either include them in your professional summary or your core competency section of your resume, also known as of areas of expertise, and be honest when adding your skills. It can be tempting to oversell yourself to land an interview. And, on here, I was going to stop here in a second. It's tempting to oversell yourself, but it's also easy to undersell yourself. I'm guilty of that. I think I'm probably more guilty of underselling and underemphasizing, any skills and accomplishments that I've had than overselling. And that may be, a female thing, just not wanting to oversell yourself. I don't know. Be more modest on any kind of skills that you've acquired. But you also don't want to go on the flip side of that of overselling yourself. So you got to find the happy medium. Don't want to oversell yourself, but you don't want to underestimate and undersell yourself as well. Let's see. Additionally, ensure that you take time to understand the specific skills and competencies that you're required for your role you're applying to. And there's a link here that talks about it should be tailored to your each job description, which I agree, and that includes using keywords and phrases that are within the job description. But that's another video. It says, don't ever mass email a generic resume to multiple job openings. You don't want to do that. Every resume should be a living and breathing document tailored to the job that you're applying to. You can have a templated version and then just kind of save as, or make a copy, depending on what you're using, a resume for the job that you're applying to. You make sure you're capturing the keywords. So once you have a full understanding of the job description, make sure to alter your professional summary and narrow down your core competencies to relevant transferable skills needed for the job. So this is going to make a huge difference for both getting your resume through the application tracking system, which is what captures those keywords. They need to see those keywords and the key phrases, which is why it needs to be tailored. So again, this was an article for Top Resume, which is a resume writing service. But the concepts are very applicable for those who are trying to enter into the IT field at the completion of this Google IT professional certification. So hopefully this helps. If you have any questions on writing your resume, let me know. I can give you some tips and some resources and even review your resume to give you some things to edit and work on. I don't want to rewrite your resume because it's a skill set. Writing your resume is a skill set. And I don't want to do that for you, take away that learning experience for you, but I can help you by giving you some guidance and some suggestions. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys later.